Hello and welcome back to Bold TV.
Our featured entrepreneur today sent us some kombucha. Welcome to the show, Holly Lyman.
Thank you so much, David and Julia.
So tell us, what the heck is kombucha? Just in 10 seconds, what is it?
Sure. Jun is an exotic ferment. It's an ancient ferment, and it's made with green tea and honey instead of black tea and sugar like normal kombucha. Lore has it that it was brewed in Tibet, and it's an elixir for enlightenment. It was used by the warriors for energy, and it's, speaking of warriors, our sports teams are modern-day warriors, and the LA Dodgers have been drinking Wild Tonic Kombucha now for the last 3 years, and I think they just won the World Series. Yeah. So that's something about it.
Well, for our viewers, how is kombucha good for you?
Kombucha is incredible for the immune system, and during times like this in COVID, that's particularly important. There are 42 different strains of yeast and bacteria in our Jun, and it actually has probiotics in it, has prebiotics in it because of the honey. It's fermented with honey, and honey is full of all kinds of great things for the body, like flavonoids, and it is used for healing. It's just an incredible ferment that I encourage you to try. Go out and find.
So how'd you get this idea? Is being an entrepreneur hard?
Being an entrepreneur, you know, we live in Sedona. Sedona is a place where there's a tremendous amount of new age culture here. And so I can say that I was beamed down from the aliens to bring kombucha to the world, but that's really not the case. It's just something that I discovered when I was fermenting. I started reading all of the books by this renowned author named Sandor Katz. I actually got to go to Tennessee and meet with him in his backwoods fermentation studio and learn about all of the things that he's done to share this lost art with the world. And I shared with him my Wild Tonic ferment, and he said to me, Holly, there are no rules in fermentation. And at that point in time, it gave me the freedom to really push the boundaries of this unique ferment and come up with an alcohol variety in addition to our typical non-alc Jun kombucha.
You know, I spent Christmas in Sedona last year, so that whole beaming down thing is not too far off. But Julia has a question about your hard kombucha.
Yeah, I do want to know, I mean, there are so many types of kombuchas out there. How do I pick one? How does one stand out from the rest?
Well, I think that ours stands out because of the flavor profile. We have it's considered the champagne of all kombuchas, our Jun is. And it has a very light and effervescent profile. It's absent of the vinegar overtones. I think that people who typically don't like kombucha love our kombucha because of that.
Yeah, and how about the hard kombucha? So, in full disclosure here, it wasn't your kombucha, but I went to Whole Foods and bought a hard kombucha. I literally had one and had a hangover the next day. So, yes, and I don't get hangovers. So
you must have picked the wrong one. That's all I can say, because we've never had anybody say that about ours. And it's a very new category. Hard kombucha was just named one of the top trends by Whole Foods Market for 2021. Wild Tonic did make that list, and so we're very, very excited to see what this new category brings. We're starting to see sets in Whole Foods and places like Sprouts. Safeway even is starting to carry hard kombucha, so it's really the next wave of alcohol. It's a better for you alcohol, and yeah, you'll just have to go out and try to find it.
Yep.
One last question. What do you feel the government could do better to make life easier for entrepreneurs like you who want to build brands, who want to make money? That's really what the show is all about, is helping entrepreneurs.
Sure. That's a really, really hard question to answer. I think that the rules and the regulations around making food are very complex, and I think that more education needs to be out there about how to start a beverage brand or a food brand. And, you know, I think that people like me, you kind of, it's trial and error. You start out and you don't realize all of the hurdles that you're going to have to jump from the health department to the TTB when you're looking at getting new formulations made. it's almost like there needs to be a handbook on how to create a beverage brand or a food brand.
Yeah,
and
regulation.
that would really help younger people.
Regulation is usually our number one complaint. So on that note, thank you so much. Great product.
Yeah.
Congratulations on all your
Thanks for
success.
sending me these.
Oh, absolutely. Thanks for having us here.
And thank you for watching. We'll see you back here soon.